Well, here's a little spring project we decided to do. This is an heirloom cut leaf Forsythia that we relocated from an old homestead, and it was probably one of the first plants we put here on the property. But it's shading the planter boxes that we put in and sort of in my way for planting, so I'm going to move it out towards the front, which will look better. It'll give it more sun because the trees shade it a lot, because it hasn't really had any prolific flowers. It does really good with green, but I don't think it's enough sun. So we're moving this now, and this area of the lawn is very shady, so it's mostly moss, so it wasn't really hard to cut up the sod. So we just cut the sod in cubes, and he removed those and laid them there. And
big rock.
Oh, and it's the rock, so we're always hitting rocks. We're after pulling out a few there, and we're after digging out that much dirt right now. One of the key things when you're removing a plant is people tend to go for the large root, and they don't take care of these small feeder roots, and these are the most important roots, more important than the anchor, to make sure you don't damage, to try to keep all these, as many of the feeders as you possibly can. And that's kind of a big rock there. It's bigger than his head.
I got a big head.
That's the kind of thing we have to deal with here in Newfoundland when you're digging in the garden. Big heavy rocks. And there we go. It's amazing. We didn't even see that when we planted it, but this was small when we planted it here. It's after growing quite a bit. So yeah, it's we're gonna try to loosen this up, and then we're gonna dig a hole out here and replace it. So I'll show you as we go. All right, she's coming loose. Whoa! She's free! Almost.
She's heavy. Oh, she's free. She'll come out.
There we go. Alright, now it's time to dig another hole. Well, time for snack. That deserves a raw carrot cake bite. Are they good?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I decided to put the tree, to actually to the driveway side about a foot. There we go, to cover up the corner of the raised bed area there that you can see right here. That corner, I'm going to cover that up so the bush will go right there for two reasons. It's good for that corner, visual, it should look nice there. And the ground is pretty much nothing but these weeds that need to come out anyway. So yeah, so this is where we're going to dig the hole. You can stop doing that now. Step one is to cut a perimeter hole in the sod. So we made a center point just with a rock and just eyeball around. These that sod shouldn't be hard to come up because, like I said, it's primarily these weeds. This ground's on a little bit of a slope there too, so it'll help level up the ground by adding in a tree and some extra soil around it. I think we should empty the wheelbarrow back into the hole over there first before digging out this hole. And cut it into small chunks so it's easy to handle. And we'll go move the tree and out of the hole and empty the wheelbarrow back into the hole. Need a hand lifting that out?
I don't think so. I just have to Get a hold of it.
Maybe pull it from the other direction. What a hole for one little bush. Quite a few roots got cracked off, but this should survive this fine. I'll trim back the tree. I'll show you that after. Alright, so time to dump the wheelbarrow. I'll put the old sides back in the bottom because they're only moss. I'm going to replace them on the top. And I'm sure some point in time we'll dig up this ground again and curse that rock once again. Alright, he's going to try to go for the whole load. Always fill your hole a little higher than you want it to be because it's going to settle. So there we go. Just got to rake that around. The hole is filled in one swoop. I can rake that out after. There, I'll rake it out and seed it out and put a bit of clover in the seed because it's shady, and hopefully that'll choke out some of this moss. Alright, now to move the tree, turn the wheelbarrow on the side, roll the root ball into the wheelbarrow, and tip her back up. There we go. There we go. There she is. Ready to move into her new home.
Look, I'll announce it. Soil here is nothing but rocks. Every pick. Oh. Look.
Yep. Hard to believe we put like what, 15 tandem loads of soil and manure on this.
A bonus one.
Yay!
Bonus rock.
And they're only little bitty ones. There's actually big rocks in the root ball. That's why it was so heavy. Now, what do we hit?
Tiny rock. Well, at least I won't have to shovel it.
Add to the collection. Yeah, we certainly envy the people that we watch on YouTube that can stick a shovel in the ground and just make a hole. This is what, a 4-foot diameter hole, and already we got all these rocks.
We're only down 6 inches.
And then there's people that would say, oh my god, I'd love to have your rocks.
Come
You can make rock walls. That's why it's pretty typical in Newfoundland. You'll see in some old homestead areas like huge rock walls surrounding it, because when farmers used to plot off their fields, well, all they had really was rocks, so they'd stack them all in a long pile around the perimeter of their farm fields. And we're down about 3 inches. What is that?
It's a rock.
If anyone wants these rocks, they're for sale. You'll have to pay the shipping. And I'll gladly ship you all the rocks you want.
For a nominal fee.
Alright, so we got it placed. I made them twist it and turn it, and that's where it's going. So now it's just a matter of filling it all back in. And there's the rock pile that came out of this hole. Alright, so it's time for lunch. We have everything done. The ground's all leveled out, ready for some grass seed. That plant's moved out of my way, which is fantastic. And it's sitting in its new home right here where it's going to get more sun. And it's going to camouflage the corner there, which I think will look really nice, because this sort of is in a cone shape there now, but it sort of cascades down when it gets new growth. So that's it. Time for lunch and another little small gardening project complete. That's a typical Newfoundland gesture. That's my buddy. Some big rocks in there, ain't there?